Good morning, Johan. Welcome to Bonn and welcome to Liebe, glaube, hoffnung.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
Very well, thank you, and I'm very happy to be in Bonn.
Excellent. And congratulations on being the winner of the A1390 art competition.
Thank you.
And you had the opening night of the exhibition last night.
Yes.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I was very, very happy. It was a great evening, good crowd, and a great host hosting the evening, Ingo and his wife, Susanne. And we had a great time.
And you met some of our local artists that we work
Also,
with
yes.
as well.
I had a good chat with a couple of them. Yes.
Like we said, you're here for the A1390 art competition.
Yeah.
And the exhibition being one part of
Yes.
the prize, the other part was to have us design a website
Okay.
for you. Is that something you were looking to improve when you took part in the competition? Is your website an online identity?
Well, to me, it's very, very important with your identity on the internet, because internet is, as we said earlier, overall, I find internet to be one of the most important tools that you have to promote yourself as an artist. It's fast, you can reach a huge amount of people, but it has to be done in a smart way, and it has to be done in a way that attracts people to want to have a look, and also that they would like to come back. So I think it's important for a website to constantly be moving and changing a little bit, keeping the content, the context of the total, but it needs to be updated quite frequently and, you know, attractive for people to have them to come back. But so for me, internet is the most important tool to promote your art. So yes, a website is extremely important.
And do you think that any artists that aren't utilising the internet are hindering themselves?
Yes. Because unless they have plenty of money, because I mean, face it, I mean, if you want to reach someone in Tokyo with your art and you're currently based in Bonn, there are two options. You travel to Tokyo and display your art there, or you do it through the internet. And you can show paintings on the screen. I mean, of course you could send a mail with photos to Japan, but that would take X amount of days if you're using DHL, or if you're using post, probably a few weeks. But then think about the cost to make good photocopies of paintings and in decent size. That's pretty expensive to do. So I mean, it's a lot of cost saving and time saving using the internet. So I think that is the number one tool, no doubt.
And it seems that in your paintings, a lot of what is reflected is the negative side of that. There seems to be a lot of fear and angst in the characters.
Yes, correct. I paint the opposite. So if you have anxiety, so you know, I paint it to have calmness. If you are sad, I paint sadness to have happiness. So instead of walking around being extremely sad for whatever reason, if that now is on the canvas instead, I can move forward with a smile. Now, and I hope that could also have other people who view my art, so to look at it, okay, shit, that guy have an even worse day than I have, so maybe I shouldn't, you know, be complaining too much about it.
And do you think it's very important for you to have this emotional outlet?
Yes, it is, yes. But as I said, it's not only not every painting is reflecting my own mind or status. A lot of it is also reflecting people that I meet, whatever, things that I read in the newspaper, you see on the news, you read in a book, a movie. I'm trying to portray overall people's fear and fascination, people's sadness, people's happiness, people's life overall, and not only us as private persons, but also in some of my paintings is about, like the political leaders, how I see how they're treating us, and if it's boring to die, why are so many politicians, for example, treating the citizens in a really wrong way in many countries, for example. And I'm really tired of the financial bullshit going around in the world, because that is all due to pure greed. And greed usually destroys more than it would build.
And do you think this is a personal mission that people should undertake themselves to find their fulfillment?
I think we live here on this planet together, and I think it's important that we actually work together as one group to, at least if we want to give something, if we want to give our kids, grandkids and grandkids, a better place to be, hanging out, then it's important for us to take the responsibility for that.
And also a lot of your works tend to incorporate a lot of crowds.
Yes.
How do you feel that reflects the idea of people working together when in your work the crowds often appear quite intimidating?
Because, as I said, many of my paintings, I'm sure, could easily be many people, right? There are many people who would have the same feeling, or have it, or will have it, or had it. So therefore I usually have a lot of crowd in there, because to show that you're not alone with a sad day, and you're not alone with anxiety if you experience it for whatever reason. You're not alone with that you hate something, and you're definitely not alone when you're loved, and you're definitely not alone when you're happy and shouting, "This is the best day of my life." But because because I don't portraying that we are quite a few with the same, most of us, honestly.
And so I'd like to talk a bit again about your studio in Spain.
Yes.
Where you're based and where you spend most of your time.
Yes, my studio is based in San Pedro de Alcantara in La Campana, and it's near to Malaga, near Marbella, Malaga area. And my studio is located in an old industrial zone, in a building with almost 15-meter high ceilings, and have about 350 square meters there, something like that. And it's a big studio, and I really enjoy being there, working.
And you're from Sweden?
Yes.
So why Spain?
Why Spain? Well, look at the weather map today. Sweden is like very cold, Spain is pretty warm. I like hot climates.
And is it just is it a matter of feeling more comfortable? Does that make you feel more creative, or is it?
It has nothing to do with creativity. It has just to do with the fact that I hate cold weather and I love warm weather. Oh, sorry, but a lot of people they will say, "Oh, the light must be much better there." Yes, it is lighter, but I'm not a landscape painter, so it doesn't matter.
And you mentioned earlier that you a very immediate painter, very busy painter. You work a lot.
Yes.
Do you ever find that you're sort of struck down with a painter's block?
Doesn't happen too often. It happened, the last time it happened was end of 2011, because I had painted a huge painting. It's 3 meter by 2 meter something. It's called "You Can't Trust," and I was so happy with it. So I got completely blocked for almost more than 1 month. Why? Because I couldn't understand what I had painted, because I found it to be so good, and I couldn't come up with any idea how to paint something as good or even better. It felt like, oh shit, I did it this one, and how can I move on now? So then I decided to take a break and just do nothing, and later on I was back on track.
So your current series that you're working on is titled "It's Boring to Die."
That's correct.
Could you tell us a bit about the philosophy behind "It's Boring to Die"?
Well, to me, seemed to me to be very boring to die. It's nothing that I'm looking forward to. But it's also a question that if it is boring to die, then I find it to be very important that our daily lives are fulfilled and we're not complaining every day about all these small details. It's easy to complain about. I find it important that live with the fact that it's boring to die. This way, your daily life should be a good one.
So, Johan, it's been a pleasure talking to you today, and thank you for coming down. And we look very forward to seeing your work more in Germany and hopefully seeing you here in Bonn again.
Thank you very much for your hospitality, and thank you very much for the exhibition and the work you do with me now. And I'm really looking forward to spend a lot more time here in Germany and in Bonn as well. And looking forward